بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. We're gonna start in this slide by defining Hajj. In fact, when we define anything to detect any hukum, we usually define it from two aspects, linguistically and istilahi. Istilahi means technically. So here we're going to start defining the Hajj linguistically, which means it is the intention to do something, to visit someone, to visit some place. This comes from the word hajja in Arabic. Okay? Islamically, it involves performing some acts in certain places at certain time. When I say certain places, I mean Al-Masjid Al-Haram, Muna, Arafah, Muzdalifah. And when I say at certain time, the temporal time of Hajj starts on the first day of Shawwal till the Fajr of Yawm al-Nahr, day of slaughtering, the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. We have to remember all the time that Hajj is a spiritual journey. It's a sort of a renewal of faith, seeking forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The rationale of Hajj. Why did I do this course? Is to demonstrate the way that a valid and safe Hajj in an easier way. It's in fact to provide a model, a roadmap to help each brother Haji to do or to perform Hajj in a valid, safe way. Inshallah, it will be Hajj Mabrur. So the course is serving and helping every Haji to perform Hajj in a very safe, valid way so he can achieve the so-called Hajj Mabrur, inshallah. When I talk about it also, I'm trying here for each Haji a sort of balance between all these deeds of Hajj to achieve and gain maximum allowable reward from Allah. So we are trying here in this course together toward achieving the maximum allowable gift, hasanat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we try at the same time to avoid any forbidden things, which we call it in Arabic and in Hajj mahdurat, prohibited or forbidden things to do. So this is the way we're gonna do our course. Unfortunately, when I have looked at many books or booklets, lectures, which give some idea about Hajj, but unfortunately some of them or most of them, they concentrate and insist of performing Hajj the same way our Prophet did. Nowadays it is almost impossible, or at least very difficult, to do the Hajj the same way our Prophet did 1400 years ago or so. If I give a small example, our Prophet, when he came from Medina to Mecca, he took certain roads. These certain roads were the easiest for them, using these camels, I'm sorry to say donkeys or horses. But nowadays there is a network of roads which connect Medina with Jeddah, which connect Medina to Mecca and Jeddah to Mecca, the airports. So you have to follow these roads. You cannot take any road you like, but you have to follow this network to travel from Medina to Jeddah or from Medina to Mecca and vice versa. Well, our Prophet, when he left Medina sallallahu alayhi wasallam to Mecca, because the trip took him 10 days, 15 days. So he stood somewhere and slept somewhere and relaxed somewhere. These beautiful places which were visited and used by our Prophet, some of them are not marked anymore. We cannot identify them. So to go to these places, it's very difficult. The road does not go through these holy places or these beautiful places. Now, another example also, that when our Prophet arrived to Mecca, he went to the so-called Bir Tuwa. Bir mean well, Tuwa it's a name, or Wadi Tuwa. And he stood there and he took a shower there and he slept there. And then in the morning he went to Haram Sharif to perform tawaf. Now we cannot do it. Bir Tuwa is in the middle of Mecca. It's a highly urbanized area. The well is not there, so you cannot take the shower. So this is the reason some of the people or some of our brothers, Jazahumullah khairan, when they write about Hajj, they still think that any brother, any Haji can perform Hajj, at least in a similar that our Prophet did. Well, the basic are there. Arkan is there, wajibat are there, sunan are there, but many of them cannot be practiced anymore. And this is an example. Now also, one of the example that when Haji wants to get into Haram Sharif, he goes through a certain door of Haram, it calls Babu Salam. Babu Salam is the 1,000 side inside of Makkah al-Mukarramah. So any Haji who comes from the airport of Jeddah, he does not go to that door. He can go through Bab Ibrahim, he can go through Bab al-Umrah, but it is very far for him to go to that door, Bab al-Salam. So this is another example to do so. Our Prophet, he went into Haram from Bab Bani Shayba. Bab Bani Shayba does not exist anymore. Because of the first expansion, Saudi expansion, second expansion, that beautiful door was taken to the museum. When you finish tawaf, you have to go through the so-called Bab al-Safa to start your sa'i. Now sometimes it's very difficult to go through Bab al-Safa. You may go through any other door, and they are all of them are equally acceptable. So this is one of the reasons that I did write that course, to ease in the deed, to take the easiest way to carry out and perform these rituals of Hajj. I want everyone, every brother, every Haji to understand that Hajj is more comprehensive. Don't concentrate on something, it's a comprehensive one. It consists of arkan, pillars, of wajibat, conditions, sunan, mahdurat, makruhat. All these should work as a system. Of course, we should pay more attention to arkan, because if any Haji miss any rukun, the Hajj is either invalid or incomplete. But wajibat can be compensated by sacrificing an animal. You make istighfar, and it will never nullify your Hajj. Well, definitely you miss some of these good reward, but Hajj is still valid, and this is what we are shooting for. Our goal is to perform a valid, acceptable, insha'Allah, Hajj, to achieve the so-called Hajjun Mabrur, wa sa'yun mashkur, wa dhanbun maghfur, insha'Allah. So I will end up this lecture with a quiz. Please read it home, try to answer it. If not, go back to the slides, read them, and if you cannot answer them, I will be happy to help you. You either email me or talk to me. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.